กันแล้วมันจะเลยแค่ละไม่แค่
When proceeding simultaneously with everything, there will be no limit, and continue onwards. Continue with the purification for all steps. Extensiveness is a kind of power. It's through being specific. Proceed simultaneously with everything. Stepping back from itself with everything. Stepping back from the non-attachment itself. Stepping back from itself with everything. When it's meant with everything, there will be simultaneous purification. Use this as a skill, as a nature. There will be simultaneous purification for everything, whether it is one's own karmic difficulties or the karmic difficulties of samsara. Samsara is always there for us to bless them at all times. Therefore, there is no need to have doubts for all that which is limited from samsara by the limitations of samsara. The important point is stepping back from the stepping back itself with everything. No grasping for the non-grasping itself is with everything. The word everything will turn into power. The opening up completely is the power in itself. And the power of this will be additional constantly. The blessing will constantly add itself with its power. It will be more instantaneous. There is no need to look at samsara's causes of suffering. No need to look at the limitations of samsara. Whatever that they are limited to, there is no need to look at all. Continue to purify the conclusion constantly. Constantly stepping back from the stepping back itself, no grasping for the non-grasping itself with everything. Self-purification within the conclusion, constantly proceeding in such a way. There is no need to look at details of samsara, whether it's limited to anything and stuck with anything, no need to look at. We don't have the role to overlay on top of their samutai, of their causes of suffering. There is no need to use our memories, knowing and seeing, to grasp for their limitations. Stepping back from the stepping back itself only. Solely not grasping for the non-grasping itself. Proceed simultaneously with everything as such. Completely stepping back from itself. This is clearly giving up from its state, and it's very much helping samsara in the way of stepping back and removing the delusive attachment of samsara. but we have to open up completely, constantly.
พอเริ่มจะเพาะปั๊บมันก็เริ่มไม่มีแรง
Otherwise, there will be no power. Because whenever the mind starts to be focusing and being specific, there is already no power in itself to brighten out, to be extensive.
สมาธิเนี่ยมันมีกำลังแบบเฉพาะแต่มันไม่มีกำลังในการเจิดจ้าพร้อมกันในสัมภวัตมันไม่มีกำลังตัวนั้นนะ
Samadhi or meditative power does have the power to concentrate. However, it doesn't have the power to brighten out simultaneously with the samsara.
เพราะมันเริ่มต้นมันไม่ได้เริ่มต้นจากการสละมันเริ่มต้นในการผสมตัวทรงกำหนดตัวกำหนด
The power of concentration or samadhi, meditative power, it begins with maintaining. It doesn't begin with giving up itself.
เริ่มต้นจากตัวเฉพาะ
That means it starts with being specific,
ตอนตกกำหนด
overlaying by
นั้นมันจะไม่มี
fixes. Therefore, it has no power to brighten out
ต้องปรับ
within samsara.
ใช้การเฉพาะไม่ได้
It's impossible to use being specific with anything. Stepping back from itself is not about stepping back from anything.
ไม่ตัวไม่เองก็ทุกอย่างก็ไม่ถึงไม่เอง
With everything disengaged from disengaging itself, stepping back, that's the most important thing.
ออกจากไม่กระทั่งออกจากตัวออกเอง
Quitting even from quitting itself.
เปิดมาก
Completely opening. Huh?
พวกที่ติดสบายทานยานทุกรูปองค์เนี่ยก็จะมีปัญหาตรงนี้ตรงที่มันคอยจะเฉพาะคอยจะหลีกเฉพาะคอยจะแค่นี้แค่นั้นมันไม่เปิดกว้างนั่นคือกรรมฝ่ายของเขา
Everyone who is fixated with meditative power, meditative absorption, and mindfulness has a problem because of the attempt to be specific, and it is so sticky. Always trying to be limited to this and that. That's not yet opening. And this is his and her karmic habit. It's impossible to consider much of anything. Opening completely.
พวกสบายทานยานฟังใหม่ๆก็จะทรมานหน่อย
Those who practice meditative power, meditative absorption, and mindfulness, when they begin to hear this, it's gonna be suffering for them.
การที่จะออกจากที่แคบมันก็ออกจากยาเสพติดมันจะทรมานตอนแรก
To get out of a narrow place is like you are addicted to drugs. Therefore, in the beginning, it's difficult to move out. Suffering is at the beginning anyhow.
ทุกโอเราเลยเหมือนทั้งหมด
All groups of beings are like that,
ยาเสพติดแล้วพยายามจะออกมา
trying to get out from drug addictive is gonna be a torment.
ทรมานเวลาที่
Fixated with meditative power, meditative absorption,
ทรมานตอนแรก
to release out of it is gonna be a torment in the beginning.
ๆก็เลยตัวทรมานไปแล้ว
But
เลยตัวยุ่งยากไป
after a while, when one get used to it, then one will go through that part of difficulties from the beginning. Open up through the essence of no grasping from the non-grasping itself completely. Then it will be truly the essence within itself.
ปล่อยธรรมดา
To leave it normally, there will be no power.
ต้องแอคทีฟก็ต้องร่างกายก็ต้องเคลื่อน
One needs to move about, be active. We are surrounded by so many realms of existence here, from many groups of beings. You could feel sticky a little bit. Therefore, you need to move about.
พ่อมองที่ไหนก็ตามทีถ้าหลวงพ่อปรับไปทิศทางไหนก็ตามทีก็ล้างทุกทิศทาง
Wherever Luang Por is looking at, step back from all directions, stepping back from the stepping back itself, like removing from any state, help through the unwinding, helping through stepping back through unwinding.
คือมันมีแต่ว่ามันเป็น
The reminder
ตัวดำริเอง
has its self-purification, therefore it also can purify the Vedana or the sensations that is there.
ก็เป็นเวทนาอยู่แล้ว
Because within the reminder itself, it has the Vedana in itself, but it purifies itself. It has no accumulation of Vedana, of sensations. The blessing has suffering in itself, but it purifies itself. Vedana purifies itself. Every reminder has the Vedana in itself, has sensations in itself, but it discards itself, it purifies itself. When you think of discarding, there is the Vedana in itself, there is sensations in itself, but discarding from itself, therefore the Vedana discards itself as well. Just like we are investing with suffering by blessing beings, investing with suffering to purify sufferings. Anytime that there is a reminder, suffering is there, but it has self-purification in itself, and samsara will follow accordingly. This steps back from itself, even if it's meant with everything. It steps back from itself. Stepping back is on its own. It's meant for everything. The link is there with everything all by itself. No grasping is on its own. This doesn't grasp for this itself. Doesn't grasp itself. Everything that is formed up has a suffering in itself, but it has self-purification. We use this to trick samsara, just like the lightning rod, tempting, tricking everything to fall in one place, to be purified altogether, simultaneously, at one place. This is the art of the blessing. You have to refine simultaneously with the blessing by yourself. Just listening is not enough.
ตั้งใจผมพอตำหนิมันตั้งใจเป็นตรงนี้จะด่าว่า
When there is an intention to bless, there's vedana, the sensation is there. Paul said, because there's a habit of sinking in, you need to open up widely, simultaneously. Open up,
ยังมีนิสัยตรงนั้น
because the habit is still there. The habits to sink in, habits to immerse within the awareness.
สมาธินิสัยญาณ
We have to step over meditative absorption, the immersion.
เลยตัวนี้ไปแล้วมันจะไม่มีสเต็ป
When you go through it, there will be no steps.
วับล้าง
Whenever there is a reminder, it's instantaneously purifying, simultaneously with everything.
นิสัยในการทรง
Just like the habits
ทรงรู้
that maintains
มันยังมี
the consciousness,
ดึงไว้นิดนึง
it will pull oneself a little bit. It's stuck there, staying still in it.
ไม่เร็วนะเราก็ผลักมันเร็วนะ
Therefore, you need to quickly discard the discarding itself.
ทิ้งเองให้เร็ว
Be instantaneous,
ถอยอย่างถอยเองให้
stepping back from itself instantaneously.
ผลักเร็ว
You need instantaneity, quickness.
แต่สมาธิมันพางพุ่งง่าม
However, concentration, meditative absorption is clumsy.
สายการเดินเยอะ
Therefore, you need to move about by walking a lot in order to not drown or sink in.
คำว่าแช่
The word sinking in is like
นิ่งอยู่
you are stuck, right? The Paul said, it's like staying still.
นิ่งค้างอยู่ในสภาวะ
Staying still in a state of mind, whatever states of mind there are.
อะไรก็ตามที่เราไปนิ่งค้างอยู่ประมาณนั้นแช่
If you are staying still in any state, it's like drowning. That's why you need to stepping back from the stepping back itself.
อะไรที่เราไปนิ่งค้างกับสภาวะไม่ว่าสภาวะไหนก็ตามมีแช่
To stay still within any state of mind is called sinking in, immersing with that state of mind.
ไม่งั้นจะให้ถอยตัวถอยทำไม
That's why you are asked to step back from the stepping back itself,
สลับตัวสลับ
giving up the giving up itself.
ความรวดเร็ว
The quickness in purifying samsara is a kind of power. เขาเรียกเป็นวัชระลิ It's called
แบบฉับพลัน
the power of instantaneity,
การล้าง
the quickness in purifying any state of mind,
ตัวถอยเองให้ไว
stepping back from the stepping back itself instantaneously is vajra, instantaneity.
ไวเป็นการไปล้างในตัวแช่ถูกแล้วจะล้างตัวแช่นั้นเราต้องใช้อุปโลกที่ชนิดที่ล้างอุปโลกเองก็ไม่ใช่เป็นอย่างที่ล้างตัวเป็นอย่างเองอะให้ไวใช้อุปโลกล้างตัวอุปโลกเองให้ไวคำว่าถอยเนี่ยมันก็เป็นตัวอุปโลกอีกแล้วอ่าถอยตัวถอยเองเขาเรียกว่าอุปโลกล้างให้ไวแล้วมันจะล้างตัวแช่
We need to use self-purification within the terminologies in the way that is instantaneous. The word stepping back is the terminology in itself. Stepping back that is on its own, the stepping back that is stepping back from itself. This is the terminology that has self-purification. When it's instantaneous, it can purify the sinking mind, the immersion of the mind.
จะวัชระขึ้น
This will be much more instantaneous.
เนี่ยทุกภูมิชั้นก็มีผลหมดเพราะมัน
This conversation will affect all realms of existence. Realms of existence are derived from thinking in their states of mind.
คือแต่ละคำที่พูดไปมันก็เหมือนกับมันจะมีความคาในสภาวะแต่ละคำได้ตลอดก็ต้องให้เร็วๆ
We have to be quick, to be instantaneous, so that there is no immersion, no thinking
ถ้อยคำนั่นเอง
in any words that are used.
ใช้ประโยคที่ล้างประโยค
Use the words and sentences that purify themselves only.
เร็วได้
Then it can be instantaneous in purifying,
เราก็ต้องดูว่า
in moving out from any state of mind.
ถอยยังตัวถอย
Use any sentences
ถอยยังตัวถอย
that has power.
ไม่กับ
For example, stepping back from itself,
ถอยเอง
disengage from itself.
เราก็ดูว่าประโยคไหน
You have to see which sentences
รวดเร็วหน่อย
that
ใช้ประโยค
can be used and affects instantaneously,
เพราะว่าแต่ละประโยค
because each sentence
สิ่งที่ล้างสมุทัยให้
purify the samutai, cause of suffering for each situation.
สมุทัยที่เบาบางมีสมุทัย
Some samutai is light,
แน่นเข้มข้น
some is dense, some is heavy. Therefore, it has
เหนียวมาก
different levels.
มากทรงมาก
When it's sticky, therefore, it's a lot of density in maintaining, lots of
ใครจะมาไหนเนี่ย
projection, lots of obligation. Which one you gonna use? No grasping on its own, giving up on its own.
เหมาะกับสมุทัยแต่ละอย่าง
Which one that is compatible for any types of samutai?
ที่เรียกว่าจะตัง
This is gonna be by one's own self-realization through the art of blessing.
แต่ไม่ใช่ว่าจะไปย่ำต้องใช้แต่ประโยคนั้นอย่างเดียวไม่ใช่
It's impossible to not just use only one sentence, because the samutai in samsara has many attributes.
ไทยนั้น
We have to use something that is compatible
จะ
to
รู้สึกว่าใช้ประโยค
the samutai.
ใช้ประโยคนั้นเรื่อยๆหน่อย
But if any sentence that is
ต่อไปมันก็จะปรับที่
fluent, then you can use that.
ในแต่ละ
But
สถานการณ์
you will shift in each situation for certain types of sentences accordingly, because it's not something that is committed in every situation. This is according to situations, according to the samutai, and which sentences will be used accordingly. For example, no grasping for the non-grasping itself. When there is the mind that is trying to grasp, use this sentence. Trying to grasp a state of mind to be limited to this certain extent. For example,
อย่างนี้ปรับเรื่อยๆปรับใช้มันอย่าง
deliberately shift to use compatible sentences for any situations accordingly.
พร้อมกันไป
Proceed simultaneously
เนี่ย
with everything.
นี่ถ้าตาหูเปิดแล้วอย่างเงี้ย
If your
ก็มันถึงพร้อม
gates of perceptions are already opening,
ไม่ต้องกำหนดเยอะแต่ถ้า
there is no need to project on anything much.
อย่าง
If you drown in anything, you immerse with any state of mind,
อยู่แล้วมันไม่ใช่
then you need to use
ไม่
terminologies.
ต้องไปดำริว่าทุกอย่างเพราะมันเปิดพร้อม
But if you open the gate of perceptions already completely, you don't need to
มันไม่เอาไม่งั้น
use any terminologies.
แล้วอย่างเงี้ยมันก็เปิดพร้อม
No grasping for the non-grasping itself is already there. There is no need to use any reminders, because everything is opened accordingly to this essence already.
จะรู้ประเด็นที่แชร์อยู่ก็คือมันปรากฏสัญชาติมันปรากฏเป็น
The immersion has the symptom in itself, whatever that is immersed in. To use consciousness on top, it creates clumsiness. It's a delay. You need to use the codes right away, instantaneously, cannot use consciousness to check
ช้าไปยิ่ง
because
ช้า
it's a delay.
ดังนั้นจบให้เร็วที่สุด
Give ending quickly,
สลายให้ไวที่สุด
dissolve
แล้วถ้าไปรู้เข้าไปปั๊บเนี่ยมัน
quickly.
ช้าต้องมีย้ำ
Don't use consciousness on top because that is like emphasizing with memories.
ช้า
To grasp for any symptoms is a delay.
แต่นั้นมันปรากฏสะท้อนที่รับรู้อยู่ครับแต่เราไม่ต้องไปซ้อนเข้าไปสรุปล้างมัน
The symptom is clearly appears. The consciousness is already acknowledged it. There is no need to get on top by using consciousness to check again.